Okay, so this week's article was basically just about AACs and children's reactions to them. And so basically, these people wanted to figure out how to improve the design of AAC technologies. Typically, children don't have a say in this. And so, this kind of experiment was to include the children and what they think, what they noticed, what they think could be improved on, and whatever. Um, so the different materials that were used, the researchers used a story to present the design problem and put it in context for children. They wanted a way to talk to others and participate in the daily activities. So the study took place on a weekend afternoon and lasted approximately 1.5 hours. Both teams participated together during the initial discussion of the problems and during the final presentation of the inventions. During the design session, the teams split into separate rooms that contained identical art supplies. So the discussion of the problem, the session started with introductions. The researchers explained that there were many children like Philip who were unable to talk, and that the children's job was to design one or more inventions to help a child like Philip communicate. The design session, the participants were divided into two groups for the design phase, which are with each team working in a different room. The art materials were placed in each of the rooms so that the design process could begin immediately. At no time did the research assistants participate in the design of the inventions or provide feedback about the design features. The design session lasted 45 minutes. So then they had the presentation of inventions. Following the design phase, the groups convened in the initial meeting room to present their inventions to the researchers and to the other team of children. The teams of children took turns explaining each of their inventions. During this time, the researchers asked questions as required about the functions and features of these inventions. So basically, like, the children got to create these AACs, and then they got to explain basically like what they did and what the point of them was. So the data collection and analysis. Let's see. If a contribution included multiple components, the ideas were separated into their constituent parts. The unitized data were recorded in a Microsoft Excel spreadsheet with one unit per line. The data from the design sessions and from the artifact analysis were then reviewed and organized into themes on the basis of their content. The researchers met to review areas of agreement and disagreement. They developed new coding categories and refined the operational definitions as required. The final coding system included three main themes: functions, overall physical appearance, and components of the inventions, with a total of 25 sub-themes. Results were compared across the two coders using Cohen's kappa to account for chance agreement. All differences were resolved through discussion. And then the results, the two teams designed a total of 5 inventions to facilitate communication, as well as several others assistive technologies to support participation in daily activities. The boys' first invention was a robot called Mine-O-Matic 2000, which was designed to read and speak the user's thoughts. The robot was placed on a hat on top of the user's head, and a light scanned the user's brain in order to access thoughts. The system provided many play and entertainment options. The third invention, designed by the boys' team, resembled a Game Boy TM, or personal digital assistant. When the user selected a button, the system spoke the user's message. The important button included vocabulary items such as basic needs, emotions, and preferences, while the regular buttons provided access to options for play, entertainment, and social vocabulary. The second communication device invented by the girls was a group of cards that expressed different vocabulary through colors, drawings, and words. The child communicated by indicating cards that expressed the desired message. The girls also developed several other inventions to promote participation, including a specialized eating utensil, adapted markers, special scissors, and a device to help the child reach and manipulate objects. The teams considered the social aspects of communication to be of a paramount importance. They included many features to allow the child to interact effectively and develop friendships with peers, as well as features to allow the child to belong and participate in a larger social group. The children emphasized that the user would need techniques to keep in touch with friends when they were not present in the immediate environment. So basically these children were allowed to create AACs. They shared them with the researchers to just give the children more opinions, more thoughts, more inclusion, because children are the one who use these devices. So it only makes sense that they have the freedom to design devices that work for them.
Samantha is a child who needs an AAC. Today her teacher is going to have her and her classmates design an AAC for her without them realizing it.
Hi class, today we are going to work on a craft project. Today we are going to pretend we can't talk, and the only way we can talk is by designing and using a device. For example, maybe you have a keyboard that speaks everything you type into it. There are no wrong answers, so feel free to get creative.
Enter Adam. Mrs. Bell, how are we going to make a keyboard when all we have are paper, pens, pencils, markers, glue, scissors, and tape, and no wires?
That's a good question, Adam. I'm sorry I wasn't more clear. This is a paper prototype, so you would only have to worry about cutting out the paper and drawing on it. It doesn't have to be a working model. This gives you the freedom to let your imagination run wild.
The children get to work making their models. Adam, Samantha, and all the other children start drawing furiously and then end up snipping away at paper. Soon the classroom is filled with the sound of busy and creative students, but they aren't really talking. Mrs. Bell thinks to herself how they must have really taken this prompt to heart. Then Mrs. Bell decides to walk over to Samantha to see how she is doing.
Hi, Samantha. Do you need any supplies?
Samantha points to the printed AAC she has of pictures underlined by their word.
Yes, peach crayon,
She says, pointing at each picture.
Okay, I think I have another box of crayons in the cupboard. I'm sure there's a peach one in there.
After the teacher brings the box of crayons over to Samantha and helps her find a peach one, she looks at the work that the other students have done. After an hour has gone by, she reminds the students that they have 10 more minutes.
10 more minutes, students. After that, let's go sit in the sharing circle so that we can present our prototype.
The 10 minutes are up and the students head over to the sharing circle.
I want to share first. Okay, go right ahead. Tell us what you've made, Adam.
I made a portable communication device. See? He says, beaming in the class, and knows he feels smart. It looks like an iPod and has a lanyard. You just push one of the 10 buttons on the front screen to communicate. You can have someone else record the 10 phrases for you, like your mom and dad.
Oh, that's very nice, Adam. So, your device has a touch screen?
That's right.
Megan, how about you share with the class next?
Okay. I made a communication device that allows you to simply look at words or letters on a screen, and then it reads or spells everything out for you.
Wow, Megan, a device that follows your eye movements. That's incredible. Samantha, it's your turn.
Samantha walks over to the laptop the teacher has connected to the projector and types what she wants to say while Mrs. Bell reads it.
I invented a device that connects to a Bluetooth chip in my brain. The device is constantly reading my thoughts, but it doesn't always say them. I think, device, speak my thoughts, and it starts verbalizing what I want to say. Then I think, stop speaking, and the device stops reading my thoughts. That is some out-of-the-box thinking, Samantha. How did you come up with that idea? I saw my mom talking on the phone the other day to one of her friends with her Bluetooth headset in. You know, with how fast technology is moving, this might be something we see on the shelves in the near future. Thank you all for sharing your devices. They were incredible. I'll see you all in class next time. Goodbye.
Namaste.